So, oh my God, there's like a couple arguing in my hallway. So you want to reset your sleep schedule. You want to start getting up really early. You want to start exercising in the morning. Well, it's a lot easier than you think. Sometimes we overcomplicate the whole 5 a.m. thing. I know I've done it in the past, but I figured I would do a little breakdown of how to rebuild that habit or how to build it from scratch. I used to get up at like 5:30 every single day. I had a job that started at like 9 a.m. So I'd get up at 5:30, I'd go to the gym. I had a gym in my building, so I would just get on my gym clothes and I'd go downstairs and I'd work out for like 45 minutes to an hour. Then I would, shower, get ready for work, and I would be at work by, I think, a little bit before 9. But I don't think I approached this the right way. I was like afraid to break the habit so much that I didn't do anything fun after work. I would just like go home and like make dinner and like get ready for bed at like 8:30. It wasn't the most social time in my life, but that's not what we're talking about here. The point is I still got up every day and did it. So from what I recall, here's what made it successful. Number one was going to bed on time. Now we have these things called smartphones that keep us up all night. We scroll and we don't think it's gonna affect our sleep. And next thing you know, we spend 3 hours on our phone. Then we accept like, oh, I'm not getting up early tomorrow. And then we just sort of let this habit continue, and we repeat that until the end of time, until we decide that we're no longer interested in doing that. So yeah, phone away by, if you're going to bed at 9, put it away by 7:30. Just say, okay, I'm done with my phone now. If that thought gives you anxiety, it just shows how addicted we are to our phones. So that's also something to think about here too. It's just that immediate need for dopamine that our phones provide us. So something to think about for sure. Definitely put the phone away because it emits that light that keeps your brain awake. So phone away, and then replace that habit with something else without a screen. So that can mean, for me, I like to read before bed. It's a way to kind of get your brain tired. So you could read, you could write, you can do like a journal, you can do some journaling, you could do some drawing, some doodling. If you have a pet, play with your pet. If you have a cat or a dog, anything that doesn't involve a screen. Please don't watch TV before bed if you're trying to wake up early. That will keep you up later than you want to be. So that's rule number 1. Well, I won't even call them rules, just suggestions. Suggestion number 2, limit or reduce caffeine past a certain time of the day. So I will not be drinking coffee or matcha or any sort of caffeinated drink after 12 o'clock. So once noon comes around, I will not be drinking any more caffeine. If I really feel like I need the taste of coffee, I will have a decaf, but I won't have anything more. I will just have decaffeinated tea or water. Suggestion number 3, setting the intention to wake up early. So mentally tell yourself, I'm going to wake up at X time. So if your goal is 5 a.m., say I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. tomorrow. I'm so excited to wake up at 5 a.m. tomorrow. Wow, I can't wait for 5 a.m. tomorrow. Just start like hyping that up in your head, because that will just make it more exciting. Just to sort of tie everything together, I have this analogy that has not failed me. I fly across the country a lot. I go to New York and LA pretty often. So I always get the first flight out. It's at 6 a.m. As much of a pain it is to wake up at 3:30 in the morning, I have not missed my flight once. Think about it. If you're spending all this money on a plane ticket, if you're gonna, I always get the Comfort Plus because I'm bougie. So if I'm going to spend all this money on a plane ticket, if I'm committing to being somewhere at 6 a.m., it's like there's no way I'm going to be missing that. So think of your why or your reason for getting up as that appointment. Think of it as that flight that you cannot miss, except this flight is your life. Create purpose in that reason for waking up. Maybe your flight is that workout or that yoga class. Like, make sure that that is a non-negotiable appointment for you. But yeah, you want to make that appointment. You want to get there at 6 a.m. Like, think about that. You're not going to miss a flight. You bought the ticket. You got to go. So those are my tips for how to wake up earlier. And you know what? Like, if you really need to, take a little melatonin if you need one. Sometimes my sleep schedule will be all over the place and I will need that extra boost, that melatonin boost. So that helps me get a little bit more tired. So yeah, like whatever you need to do to get tired, it's just that nighttime routine will set the precedent for the next day. Make sure you're getting enough sleep. Make sure you're getting enough rest. Make sure you're relaxing. You're not using screens. And that will help a lot.